All right, what's up, guys? This is the Organic Guy, and welcome to Organic View. This is a very, very special segment that I created just for you. This is a weekly segment where I get to give an organic perspective to some of the contemporary issues of the day, just to keep you up to date of what's happening. And that's why I want you, of course, to subscribe to this particular podcast, and of course subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you are not in a position to miss any of my upcoming and rolling episode. So today I'm very, very excited. I want us to talk about the upcoming event in Dubai, and that is the 18th edition of the Middle East Organic and Natural Expo. Is happening in December from the 15th to the 17th of December, and this might not sound so exciting to some of you, but to me I find it very, very exciting, considering what we've been going through this year. Of course, we all know what's happening. The coronavirus has been a shift to our lives that we didn't really expect and we were not prepared for from 2019. But in 2020 has been a huge roller coaster here, not only for the organic industry, but just to our lives and to an economy as a whole. So the organic sector hasn't been hit by itself, and I think we all do know that. But surprisingly, the organic sector has actually been doing really, really good during this pandemic, and it's an issue that I will be covering in the coming weeks. So remember to sort of stay and subscribe to this podcast. It's an issue that I will stay. We will try and find out why is it that the organic sector is really, really performing very, very well during this coronavirus. But I got a tip. I think the organic sector will always perform well in areas, especially in the areas of crisis, because we have certain principles that we follow. Okay, we have principles of, for example, protecting the soil, and that is a principle that is not just a wish that we have for our system. Okay, we ensure that the healthier the soils are means that the healthier plants that will be able to produce for ourselves and for the animals, and the healthier we will be as human beings. So if you follow principles, it doesn't matter the kind of crisis that you will face, you will always stay strong. And most people are starting to realize that now. It's not too late, of course. We welcome them into the organic train, and it's not going to stand, or it's not going to stop anytime soon. So ladies and gentlemen, the 18th edition of Organic and Natural Expo in the Middle East is happening from the 15th to the 17th of December. It's an event that I think it's very, very important in the organic sector, especially for just giving the organic sector the momentum as we head into 2021. 2020 has been a disaster for most of the businesses, so this will be a good start for most of the business, especially those who want to find a new market for their product. Okay, we all have seen, of course, how the value chain across the world has been heavily disrupted during this COVID times, and wanting to get a little bit of a better market, a greater market for your product is definitely not a bad thing to do at this point. So this is an exhibition, of course, that has been going for 17 years now, ladies and gentlemen, and it's been under the patronage of the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment of the UAE. Wow, what a step. So they do have a Ministry of Climate Change, specifically for climate change, and of course supported by the IFOM, that is the International Federation of Organic Movement. So this is a very, very legit event that as a business person you definitely want to check it out and visit and try to find new leads for your product, as well. So I had the privilege, of course, visiting Dubai a couple of years ago. This is me in Dubai, and one thing I have to say is I was more than impressed. I was more than served. I was actually served more of what I didn't actually ask for. And of course, I had a lot of expectation. I've done a little bit of my homework heading into Dubai to try and see what are some of the events, what are some of the places that I could visit. And I had a couple of organic places that I had to visit, and the Ripe Market, for example, the Ripe Organic Market, which usually happens on Saturdays at the Police Academy Park, was at the top of the list. And one thing I've realized so far, and this is according to the several organic farmers market that I've attended, there's always that one trend. Doesn't matter what kind of farmers market that you attend, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in the Middle East, all organic farmers are the same. Okay, some of them may have better structure. For example, the Ripe Market in Dubai, of course, had very well organized, very well structures in place and infrastructure for it to happen. Well, the one in Africa, especially in Kenya, might not have such a kind of structures and infrastructure for it to happen. But I realized organic farmers market are the same. They're the same in terms of the interactions that the farmers and the customers have when they are exchanging their goods and services with their money. For example, I had an opportunity to talk with local organic farmers, and you can just see the vibe and the exchange of the smiles that you exchange with the farmer. And that, for me, that feeling is universal. It doesn't matter whether you're in Africa or in the Middle East or in Europe, the feeling is the same. And that is exactly what I encountered when I was at the Ripe Farmers Market. And ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, they have a lot of local organic farmers. And that was an eye-opener for me, to be honest. Even though we all know that 80 to 90% of the food that is consumed in the UAE is actually important, but 10% of the food comes from somewhere, right? And that comes from local farmers. And this is something that you cannot see or predict when you're up in the sky, because it is all a desert. But do not be fooled. There are a lot of organic farmers in the ground, and I was very, very, very impressed. And it's something that I didn't personally see it coming. I also had the chance to visit the Organic Food and Cafe, which is one of the oldest organic shops to have ever established in the UAE. It opened its doors back in 2004, ladies and gentlemen, 2004. I wonder how many people were thinking of organic back in 2004, but they had the vision of establishing sort of an organic center. I had the opportunity to visit them, and I visited actually two of their branches, and one was at the Village Mall in Jumeirah one, which is very, very close to Laguna Water Park and Jumeirah Public Beach. So it's a very, very efficient place to be. So just after doing your shopping, you can just hoop over and swim into the ocean before you go home. So it's very, very great strategic places as well. I also had the chance to visit their second location, which is at the Sheikh Zayed Road next to the Oasis Center. Also very, very great place, but this one is more expanded, so you can buy and actually have lunch there. I also had the chance to serve myself a chicken crusted schnitzel, which was served with creamy mashed potato and homemade beetroot, just for 50 dirham, which is about $15 US. And ladies and gentlemen, it was absolutely worth every single cent, the meal itself. So it was an absolute amazing meal. And one of the biggest supermarkets is, of course, Carrefour in Dubai. I also had a chance to see their organic section, and actually it was a very, very big organic section, as you can see here. And This clearly indicates that there is demand for organic products in the Middle East, especially in Dubai. And that one I could sort of suggest it's because of their, they have a good amount of disposable income over there. So, and organic sort of has that vibe, has that vibe of people who sort of want to have a better lifestyle, for example. But that is not the mission of organic. And of course, the mission of organic is to ensure that you have access to very quality organic product in the process. So if you want to read this particular article that I wrote back in 2018, it's very, very useful still. You can head over to my website, of course, theorganicguy.com/organic in Dubai, to have a view of what is it like to experience that organic magic back in Dubai. So anyway, what do you need to know for the Middle East Organic and Natural Expo? Of course, is that they have taken the highest of measures to ensure that you're safe in your travel when you head over there. Of course, you are required to maintain a 2-meter distance. Of course, you are required to wear a mask and sanitize yourself very, very regularly. And these are very, very strict measures. And of course, if you want to attend there, you have to follow these particular measures. And you will, of course, be spotted. They're very, very specific to their rules. So you definitely don't want to be on the wrong side of the law. So you want to follow these rules before everything else starts going. So why is it important for you to head over there? Not just for this particular exhibition, for this particular expo. I actually do still love expos, even though most people find it a lot of useless. I mean, why should you spend money to head over to Dubai to tell people about your product? Why you can just sponsor it on Facebook or on Instagram so that you can be able to reach a lot more people with a less more money, right? What is the value add of going there to visit an expo while you can just use social media and reach the same amount of people? I mean, that may sound great, but I think if you want to get great quality leads as a business to business, expos are still a fantastic place for you to be in, because it sort of helps you to meet the decision makers of a particular organization directly and sort of have a conversation and see how you can work together. And that is still yet to be replaced by anything else other than physical contact and physical conversation. So this is what an exhibition offers you. It offers you also, if you're launching a particular product, sort of to taste it with customers from different religions, for example, from different regions, and from people who have different taste buds. So people who have different technological view of the world, and also helps you to sort of see how other competitors are doing, what is the innovation, what are they come, what's new in the market. And those are some of the things that you cannot get elsewhere in exhibitions. So very, very relevant still exhibitions, and especially in where we've been in lockdown for all this time. So this is definitely a place to be, and it sort of introduces you to different players from different places. So remember, this is an event that is happening in the Middle East, but has a lot of players from different places. For example, from Africa, Europe, from North America, from Asia. So these are all people that you can be able to meet and have a conversation around your product. So you want to be able to do that in the same place. And one of the best things that I actually like from these guys is the fact that they sort of have an online dating match. So it helps you to sort of, before you even get there, you have a feel of what kind of people you want to meet and what kind of decision makers you want to meet, so that you can be able to have a better decision making in the process. So this, for me, it's an absolute attend event if you want to expand your market, especially into the Middle East, in a market that is growing about a 15% per year, it's a market that you definitely want to be part of, and you don't want to say, oh, I wish I knew. So if you have the opportunity, make sure you head over there so that you can be able to expand your market as well. And this is a very, very great signal from the organic sector that we are up and running, we are ready to go, we are ready to roll. And this is supposed to be a signal. Okay, this is not supposed to say, oh, yes, this is great things are happening, or this is what's going on. This is a signal of the things that are happening in the organic industry. This is a signal we're sending to the market. We tell them, yes, we are ready, and yes, we are open for business. And considering the fact that the organic sector is doing really, really great right now, well, this is the momentum that we needed to head over into 2021. Well, this event still could have still happened online, but I do prefer person-to-person meetings, and this particular one offers such a kind of hope. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in a position to head over there, of course, make sure you do so, and definitely tell other people to do the same. So, till the next one, ladies and gentlemen, remember to be organic.